his hands on her shoulders.
And sniffs her hair.
That's weird. Wait, does he?
Oh, wait, that's a different old man.
Oh, yeah. Love you.
So, Giller told her if she lived until she was 1,000, she would never do something as important, and neither would he. She must not let anybody else get the box. He's gonna come in a couple days, but if something goes wrong, you gotta hide with the box until winter.
Right, and he goes, then everything's gonna be fine.
I think he said something along the lines of find some couple to take you in, like she's a stray cat.
Yeah, because people in these times need another mouth to feed. People in any time need another mouth to feed.
It's okay, just go start meowing outside somebody's back door, and eventually they'll get annoyed and let you in.
I mean, not that you wouldn't want to feed a small child who is obviously begging, but it doesn't seem like the people here are very well off.
I mean, unless you're the queen.
Well, yeah, obviously the queen can. The queen has all the money.
Well, Rachel tells Giller that she's just little, but Giller tells her that's why she's going to be safe. Everyone thinks she's a nobody, but she's the most important person in the world, so they're going to play on what people believe. They believe she's nobody, so they're going to let people think that.
Right. And once again, Rachel gets walked up on while she's doing some shit she's not supposed to be doing. And Violet shows up. Rachel curtsies. I mean, okay, to be fair, she knew she was coming, so it's a little different.
And they took forever.
Yeah. So Rachel curtsies and Violet slaps her and laughs. And Giller, he's watching this, right? You would want to, I don't want to say that you would want to hit a little girl, but yeah, you totally would.
Smack in the back of the head with that box.
Yeah. Just give her one good.
Whoops.
And then disappeared. Like, oh, it must have fallen off the shelf.
Sorry, she has a concussion. Whoops. Bye.
Rachel notices that right between Violet's feet is like breadcrumbs or a hunk of the bread that they were just eating and like shoving the box into. She notices it. Giller notices it. They lock eyes, and Giller, like a goddamn ninja, bends down, grabs the bread from in between her feet, and then manages to get around from behind the door and out the door without making a sound.
Yeah, and I mean, this is the wizard in him for sure, because I don't even know how you would stand by the door without making enough noise to make somebody notice you, let alone reaching in between their feet. Also, I want to commend you for saying feet so many times in the way you said that, because I wrote legs and I couldn't figure out how to make it not sound the way it sounded.
Between her legs?
Yeah.
Well, feet.
And that works. For some reason, feet didn't come into my head. I think because in the book, it's written legs.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get over the fact that they were talking about Giller reaching between this little girl's legs to grab some bread.
Look who's being mature about things now.
It's not my fault. Giller's being a little weirdo.
Enjoy it, folks, because it's all over after this. But yeah, Giller gets away.
Rachel's dealing in there with little bitch.
Yeah, she's still with bitch face. But this is where we leave Rachel again.
For the rest of the chapter.
Yep. And we head back to Richard and Kaylin. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick break. And we'll be back right after this.
And we're back. And Kaylin is still being a real downer. Richard is so tired he feels like he's going to be sick. And Kaylin is just being the shell of a person she's become. Richard just can't take any more. Kaylin tells him that he needs to just let her go. And he's like, yeah, you know what? You win.
Yep. Get the fuck out. Bye. Go on.
She tries to tell him she doesn't want it to end like this. And Richard fires back. He doesn't give a shit anymore. She lost all rights to tell him what the fuck she wants. And I totally understand where this fight is right now.
Yeah, well, it's got to be based in frustration right now. I know what you want. I just spent the last how many days denying you what you want. So don't tell me how you want it now.
Yeah. Fuck you, man.
Yeah.
You could have made this all way better. You chose not to. You're leaving. Bye.
He is effectively done with the bullshit.
Yes. And Galen again is like, I hope in the end you're going to think of me more fondly than you do now. And
no!
He's like, no!
Absolutely fucking not!
I'm going to think of you as a goddamn traitor, is what he says to her.
Right.
If Raw wins, it's going to be all your fault. And Kaylin, at this point, starts getting mad back at him, which she doesn't really have a right to. I'm sorry, she doesn't. And she's like, you heard Shota. And that's when Richard makes, like, the most sense that he's made in probably the whole book so far. Shota never really said that you guys are going to be wrong. Yeah, you're going to turn on me, but what if I'm the fucking problem?
Right, what if I'm the bad guy? You didn't think of that.
It makes way more sense that I'm going to be a bad person than the two of you are going to all of a sudden, like, throw away all your morals and fucking attack me.
Okay, I want to pause real fast, and I know I'm taking this one off the table, so soft spoiler, I'm sorry. In some books, you have a twist, right? The Seeker turns out to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
So obviously, Terry just took that one off the table because he mentioned it here. When I read this, I was just like, okay, so that's not going to be the crazy twist at the end. Not even saying there is one, but just, he goes, okay, I know what you guys are thinking. Now Richard's making this sense, like, well, what if it's me?
But of course it's not going to be because he said that.
Because Terry's calling it out here, so he's like, no, it ain't going to be that. It's going to be something so much fucking worse.
There's so many more layers to this onion.
I just thought it was interesting. I mean, Terry's a good writer. Everyone can agree on that. At least I feel like everybody worth listening to should agree on that. I thought it was funny that he was like, look at this classic writing trope. Not doing that.
I did think it was interesting, though, that Richard was like, it only requires one wrong instead of two if I'm the bad person. It makes, like, a ton of fucking sense. And Kaylin completely, like, just ignores all of that. And is like, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does. If you look at these things called facts, it is easier to flip one person than to flip two people.
And like, she hates Witchfoot. Like, she's not a fan of Shota. So I feel like if Kaylin was using any, like, bit of her actual brain, she would go, oh,
yeah. Fuck, you're probably right, dude.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't die because of it.
Yeah.
We'll just sit on it, okay? No, she doesn't. She's like, nope, that doesn't make sense. And Richard tries to tell her it's just a fucking stupid riddle, and we can't know what it means until it happens. And Kaylin is still being stubborn, saying that you're the thread that holds everything together, Richard, not me. Okay?
Yeah, but I just saved your ass, so try not to die.
And, like, I need you. I would have, like, been eaten by some gars earlier if it wasn't for you.
Oh, absolutely.
He says the thread needs a needle. I liked that. And he's just so, like, beside himself at this
Using
point.
her own figure of speech against her.
Yeah.
Well, every thread needs a needle, Kaylin. Fuck, I didn't think about that.
Shit. And
you're like my life water. Well, every water needs a hose, Kaylin.
Well, and he points out he wouldn't know where he was without her. He doesn't know the fucking queen. If he gets the box, then what? Where's he gonna go?
Yeah, he doesn't even know what to do with that.
He's gonna stand there with the box and his dick in his hand and not know what to do. Kaylin just replies that Shota said he was the only one with a chance, not her, and she can't allow herself to fulfill the prophecy. Like, she's being such a hard-headed asshole that I would want to shake her, too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Richard, he's being stubborn as well. He's not coming off of this traitor thing. And I'm not saying he needs to. I'm just saying it's obviously escalating things.
Yeah, well, I think he's trying to get an emotional reaction out of her at this point. If you're going to drain me emotionally to this point, I'm going to make you hurt for it. Like, I get that you're depressed and you're going to go kill yourself, but, like, come on, man. Fight a little bit.
Come on.
Fight with me in some way. Whether it's for your life or just with me. I don't care. Fight a minute before you go and give up, okay? And he calls her traitor one more time, and she tells him she's doing this for him. And that's when he shoves her to the ground And he stands over her and he's like, don't you fucking dare say that. You do. And it went weird here. He's like, you do this because you don't have the stomach for victory.
Yeah. Richard just did something that, I mean, okay, I can't really agree with. Obviously, she's not attacking him. Dude, don't be shoving her around like that. First. Second, he's trying to be dramatic. And, okay, he got there. He's trying to get her attention and being like, no, I'm not going to let you use this narrative where this is for me somehow. I kind of feel like because of what happened with Shota did some kind of fucked up stuff, and she appeared to me as my dead mom, and that kind of put me through the ringer emotionally, so you don't get to do this to me now. Because I already had that one today, and pass, thank you.
And I used my wish to save your fucking life, and now you're going to throw it away because of some bullshit that she said.
How many times did you get a goddamn wish, Kaylin?
For real.
Could have gotten a BJ. I think.
For real.
I don't know.
Probably. She sounded like she would have.
She had that skimpy dress on.
She was all pressed up against
She told me to think about it. I thought about it. But I saved you instead. Don't waste a wish.
Don't waste a wish. Kaylin.
It's a wish. And Kaylin tells him she would do almost anything for him not to remember her this way. But she's doing what she has to do. And she swore to lay down her life for him, and now the payment is due. Which, okay, 1 for 1 on dramatic, because that's a good one. That's a good line, right?
Right.
The difference is he was trying to get a rise out of her. She means this.
Yeah, she's serious about doing this. She's serious about it, but I think that's part of the reason why he's so mad. He's like, you can't say you're doing it for me when I'm literally telling you, don't do it for me.
Don't fucking do it, right. It's fucking heartbreaking. So finally, he lets go. He's like, all right, whatever. Go back to the Gars and make sure they fucking kill you, because you could totally slip and not kill yourself with a knife. Yeah, he's like, if you're going to do it, make sure you do. I don't want you to suffer.
Yeah, I'd hate to think after all this that you didn't get the job done.
Yeah.
And then he sits and balls his eyes out.
Be 2 jobs you didn't get done. Or 3.
But
oh, I joke, but it's really sad. Richard, like you said, he sits down and cries. There's nothing else to do.
He cries like he's never cried before.
And when you think about it, he doesn't know where to go. He doesn't know where Queen Melina is. Okay, so now he's lost. He has no Zed. He has no hot lady friend. He has no guide, which is also the same person, but you know what I'm saying. He's fucked. Instantaneously, he has 0 direction.
And everybody's made it like abundantly, super grossly clear that he has a chance, but like it's a small chance, and that's all it is.
Yeah, there's no guarantee. There's no prophecy that he's going to win. If anybody could do it, you have the chance, but odds are pretty much the same as anybody else.
So keep marching blindly towards what's probably going to be your death.
Yep.
With no friends and nothing to brighten your days.
Swift, untimely, and most likely violent.
Yeah.
Yay!
So, with that warm and fuzzy, if you had any comments or questions about the episode, you can get at us at podcastatt@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook at All the Things, or Podcast ATT. You can also find us on Instagram at Podcast ATT, or on Twitter at Podcast_ATT. And if you're interested in helping us grow, because, I mean, super cool people are, you can find us on Patreon at Podcast ATT also, and there's like super fun stuff there. I mean, you're missing out if you don't, honestly. We are going to see you guys back here, or rather, you're going to hear us back here on Wednesday.
Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you real soon.